Hello, and welcome to Block Dungeon. This is one of a handful of new games that I picked up today. This one specifically was released 2 days ago, and is a sandbox-style roguelike game, as it is described there. You have to go through dungeons full of unique enemies and bonuses, collect sets of armor, weapons, defeat enemies who become stronger and stronger each time, random level generation, and constant pumping your character. That is the Steam description. And just first off, I have to, well, I wouldn't say negative, but I feel like it is worth pointing out. It's a little bit odd here. This menu, I was like, what? Do these not work? Because you can't actually click these options, and it's not arrow keys either. It actually runs with AWSD. Like it's seen within here, like to change these up and down, it's AWSD. Yeah, and even like pressing S to go back doesn't work. Like you have to go that and then enter. It's a little thing, but the reason I felt it was worth mentioning is because you also have no option to go full screen. I've got this in a little window and OBS has stretched it out to make it work. But yeah, just seems like it maybe could have used a little polish in certain smaller function related areas. But yes, here we go. I don't know how this is going to go or anything. It looked kind of interesting is why I picked it up. I will admit the menu thing threw me a little though, so I hope there's, you know, more polish in here. I don't know if it's really a matter of polish, it's more just a strange choice and sort of an oversight to not make it more functional. But yeah, I don't want to ramble too much when I get into the gameplay. Can just be seeing what it is, and yeah, I really don't know anything other than the Steam description and seeing some screenshots. So yeah, I bought about, I think it was 8 games that had all released within the last like 5 days, so I'll be playing them over the next week or two. But yeah, let's see if we can figure this out. Okay, E to choose. Wait, what? Oh, okay, so how does. Okay, you gotta use AWC for that menu as well. Enter is not apparently back. Can I click? Okay, can't seem to go back. Not a good start. Alright, I guess we'll. Like, wait. No? Because I don't have any cash. I was like, alright, I guess we'll use. I thought this was like picking starting equipment or something. I'm trying quite a few keys here. Backspace, caps lock, shift, tab, space, control, alt. Alright, not a good start. I'm still optimistic, but I think I'm gonna have to restart, it would seem. Alright, well, it's still a bit awkward because you can't get back from that menu, but we'll try again. So I guess don't talk to that person, or I mean, I'm sure there must be a way to do it, but I also plugged a controller in just in case. I didn't mention being controller supported, and it doesn't actually seem like it's moving, but yeah, thought I would just in case. Can we talk to this person? That's a weapon chest, so I guess we don't have any cash anyway, so I don't think that'll happen. Alright, I guess we will just head down. Feels a little weird playing this, like the screen size is about, yeah, it's about half my monitor size at the moment. Yeah, it's about half. So, yeah, it feels a little odd. I would prefer to, oh, okay, so you go straight into like a, it's not actually like a, well, it is a dungeon, but it's, oh, okay. Wasn't really sure how this was gonna work. So yeah, all I'm doing is pressing like to move forward in both cases, both to hit them and to mine the dungeon, mine the stone, however that should be phrased. Okay, so that's an interesting way to go. I don't hate that. But so can we just ignore that mob? Like, are they gonna hit us, or is it only if we hit them? Okay. I guess we won't just attack them unless we need to for the minute, because that already took down a chunk of our health. So, but yeah, I guess instead of being, what is it? Is it rogue? Yeah, roguelike. I didn't know if it described itself as roguelite or like. But yes, I guess so. We'll be getting upgrades that we can use over time, or I don't know, because it had the cash that gives us the random stuff, but I don't know if we can like if we buy one of them after that, we'll have that weapon unlocked permanently, or if it'll just be for that life or something. I mean, it did say, what was it? Collect sets of armor. Yeah, like I said, collect, so... I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean it literally means that, but... Oh, shit. Alright, we already started this fight, so I guess we'll do it. Yeah, so I'm not sure how reasonable surviving is first go. Like, it might be quite intended to die a bit and build up sort of thing. You never really know. Although it's going to be a little awkward if we can't actually buy... Well, I guess if we buy something, we won't have to exit the menu. Like, it might exit as we buy it. But that's not guaranteed either. Alright, so can we go down here, or... What's the deal? Okay, we have bag. Oh, right, okay, so it's always AWSD, it seems. Oh, okay, that's actually... Oh, okay, very nice. Oh, so it just... Okay. There's no, like, character page, I guess? Well, we have some health potions. Yeah, we'll probably use the plus 25. That's not too wasteful. Okay, uh-oh. Uh-oh. How do we exit the menu? So it's these menus in general. Oh. Q. Oh no, that's the... Okay. I think that worked because it's the bag page. I didn't actually find the one I needed. Well, at least we can exit that, so that's something. Yeah, because there's no control page or menu, or... Like, even pressing S right now doesn't bring me an option to exit the game or title screen type thing. So I think my first impression is that this game needed more work. Like, because it is a full release, right? Yes, I've got the Steam page open and shit in the background since it's windowed anyway. Not really sure what's going on. I'm guessing maybe one of them has the key. So I guess let's start with the weakest. Conserve our health that way. Oh, that was... Okay, I was just tapping previously. I don't know if holding it makes it go faster, or was that them attacking differently? Cause it just go... Okay, so it does go 1-to-1. Okay, let's try holding it again on the next one. Yeah, let's go one of these guys. So if we hold it... Okay, so it does just go faster. Okay, I don't hate how the combat's set up there, although if it literally is just that, I may get a little repetitive. Despite, as I said, like I feel like this game needed more work in certain areas already, I'm feeling that. I do like the basic concept that I'm seeing here. I'm feeling like this would have been one that would have been nice to see in early access and actually get built up a little, because I don't know, the mining out style of dungeon thing, it's interesting. Like, I think it would be better if it was a bit larger and, you know, you couldn't mine through every brick sort of thing, which I may get that way down further, but maybe we actually have to clear them all. Is that, like, I don't know. Although we're going to need a health potion after the next one, I think. But yeah, I definitely like the core idea behind this, at least. I'm not sure how good it's going to be in terms of, you know, replayability and all that. Like, I haven't hit that point yet, but definitely interesting. Yeah, I guess we may as well survive as long as we can for now. Like, I wonder if, you know, when we die, will we get to keep our golden shoulders, for example? That'll be good to see. Hopefully. God's fancy. I guess we'll just get through some of these. I assume either one of them's going to drop the key, or we just have to defeat them all. Which, yeah, the thing that... Well, I guess that... I don't know if that shield allows you to block, or it's gonna... Or if that's like a defense rating, or... I'm just thinking, like, it feels like there could be some... The combat's a little, like... Oof, not really making some words there, am I? What I was gonna say is that it's very brute force. Like, it's not... doesn't seem to be any strategy whatsoever. Like, it's just literally, you gotta brute force your way through. Yeah, I probably shouldn't use that yet. I'll wait till it's a little bit lower. Which I'm giving... I feel like I'm being negative while wanting to be positive, sort of thing. Because I certainly don't go into any of these games looking to shit on them, but I do think it's also important to mention anything that sticks out. both for the sake of just, you know, not overselling something if someone looks interested, making sure they understand it, but also, you know, if there's any chance a developer sees it, you know, taking any sort of criticism is always important. Because, I mean, as I said, like, when I say I'm not looking to shit on anything, I mean that in the sense that anything I'm saying, it is intended in a constructive way. You know, I'm not pointing the menu out to say it's shit, I'm pointing the menu out to say I genuinely think it should be worked on and improved, because it's a small thing, but you shouldn't open a game and try to use the menu and like think and wonder what's going on, you know? You shouldn't try and, like, that's not an experience you really should have. Oh, okay, so they've just unlocked Wicked One. Because that's what I did. I literally opened it up, I tried to click, I was just going to go to the options to look for a full screen bit, then that didn't work, so I was like, oh, it must be arrow keys. And I tried them, I was like, no, and then I thought something was wrong, and I thought, oh, maybe AWSD, and I tried them, and then yes. And then, you know, I went to the settings part, and I was like, oh, there's only 2 sound options, there's no resolution option or to set full screen or anything like that. So that's not really the kind of first impression I think that you really want for your game, when it's something as simple as just having different keys that can work in your menu and, you know, a full screen option. Oh, and just to clarify, I did try Alt Enter and using F11, and unless there's another combo I'm forgetting to do full screen, it just didn't seem to be an option. It doesn't seem like we're going to last that long either. It definitely seems like it's going to be a very brute force method of slowly building up gear, which I still kind of, I definitely am liking the core idea behind it. It's just, we'll have to see the full execution. Like, if most of the focus has been on this, like, oh, and I think that, I think it is important to point out, and I probably should have done so sooner, this is a cheap game. It's only $5.95 Australian, so I assume in the US version it's probably like $4 or something. And for me, I paid specifically $3.57, so that context is definitely important. But I also don't like that sort of, that matters for how big this game is in terms of its content, but I don't think it really, the menu's a completely separate thing. Like, that's not something I would excuse for any price. That's just sort of the basics of making a UI, or however you'd want to phrase that. But yes, I just thought, if I am, say, like, you know, giving sort of more negative criticisms here and there and pointing out flaws, I do think it is still worth pointing that out, because if in the end it's got a decent amount of content to it, then, you know, you can certainly respect the effort for the price it's being put out at. I feel like it's the kind of thing where my impression is early access would have been good, or even just being able to get some people to play it as a beta and give feedback, because I mean, that menu, that'd be the first thing I would be putting on a list. I had a couple of thoughts going in my head there. I didn't realize our health just got that low. Oops. Use one of them. I guess we'll just go into a dead. I think that's the biggest thing I'm seeing right now. It does seem a little too brute force, because there's no way around other than I literally just have to go through the motion of beating them, and I either run out of health or I don't. It's not sort of, like, it's not even RNG in that regard. It's like, it's literal brute force, because I don't think we'll be getting through all of these. And I just mentioned that because I worry that it's going to make the game static. Like, that, oops, shit. Should I still have... it might make the game too static to the point where, like, everybody has the literal same experience who plays this. Because if you have to, like, unless the... Well, it says random level generation, so I guess that's not quite true. But you got what I mean? Like, how if there's no sort of... If the combat is straight 1-to-1 and you're just sort of doing it like that, and it's more based on how much resources you have in defense, I don't know, just... It seems like it could get very samey for different people. I don't know. Better off to play more than... Said, I'm trying not to be too deep. I say I'm being more negative when I want to be positive, but, you know, it's just the way my brain ticks. We don't have enough coins to do anything, but I did notice we have 5 here now. I'm pretty sure that was 0 last time. It also does appear that we retained our items, which is actually a little strange. Because what was the penalty then? Like, if we keep our items and the armor, and our gold coins. Yeah, okay. That's a little odd then. I mean, I guess obviously we have to start the dungeon again, but if there's no other penalty other than that, which I mean, I guess it makes sense. It feels like it would probably just make more sense to me though if you lost everything but your armor, you know, which would be not as good for me in this specific situation here. But I think that would probably make more sense. Otherwise, it might get a bit repetitive, brute forcing your way through levels. Yeah, I'm still giving a shot. I want to see what it has to offer on that. I just do see some potential issues. But again, things that bring me back to saying early access, because I think that the core idea here has potential, you know. It's just, I also feel like it's one that if I was given the opportunity, I would have quite a lot of notes for, you know. But I said also because constructive criticism, not intending to shit it on or anything. And the price is definitely a factor to it. Like, I would say also it's I think this would make for a good mobile game setup too, actually, like this type of a more simplified gameplay. It would be a good one for mobile, I think. Probably won't go there if it's an indie, I mean, I'm assuming it's just an indie one. I don't imagine this is a... doesn't really say much on the Steam page, but I don't want to look too much at it. Although I did just notice... Oh no, I misread. I thought it had the tag 3D, which seemed odd, but no, it says 2D. I just don't have good eyes, apparently. Oh shit, did I... Seemed like I just took damage after it died. I don't know if the animation was just still going. Yeah, see? It's... Am I misunderstanding that? Let's see. Okay, 37. 36. 35. 34. Dead. 33. Yeah, okay. Well, I have to call that a bug, because I don't think it's getting a hit after death. So it seems like it automatically does an amount of damage from them after you, like upon your hit, and then they're just doing an animation. Like, I'm guessing that's how it's programmed. So that's a bug that needs work. Yeah, this is I feel like I'm going to keep coming back to saying that this needed like beta or an early access period, because even if you got the price, you know, that comes down to content and the scope of the game. You know, as much as I paid, this could be a tiny game. I get, you know, very little time out of in terms of content, and that'd be fine if it's polished, because, you know, a finished product is a finished product. So yeah, I think between the menu and something like that, which is like, considering combat's sort of fundamental, that's something that shouldn't really be happening in the final product. I mean, look, I might be misunderstanding something there, to give the benefit of the doubt, but I'm pretty sure that just straight up seems like it's doing damage after death, which is odd. I mean, I guess if you wanted to make the argument that they're getting in a quick swing as they die, you can, you know, that does make sense, to be fair. But I assume it's probably more like what I said in terms of the programming. Like I said, could be wrong. Just, yeah, I guess we'll keep mining out. I did see in the screenshots, like, something that looked a bit more desert-ish. So, I assume it has some variety as you go lower. Oh shit, we better have a potion. Although, yeah, considering we had more potions before, we may actually not get as far this second round as we did the first time. So that's not ideal. I'm curious about a couple of things too. Like, can I just exit this? Like, how's that gonna work? Because there's no menu. Like I said, if I press ESC or anything, I don't get a menu to save or anything. So I guess I think what I'd... Ooh, we got an interesting weapon. That's good. I like it. Alright, very nice. I do like that the actual items are showing on the character and that. Like, I really do like that. It's cool to see where... Oh shit, that did 5. Yeah, okay. See, that, I like that. That's a positive, I can say. That feels like a very tangible upgrade that on the next life is going to make a big difference. So, yeah, that's cool. I was going to say, oh right, after this life, I think what I'm going to do is I'll exit the game to come back in to make sure it does save. It'd be too bad if I lose progress, but it would be good to know. Yeah, see, like one shot them, but then still take damage. But yeah, it would be good to know. And then after reloading the game, I will try one of those vendors and press Q to see if that happens to also exit. I doubt it will, but maybe, because I don't know if I hit that before. Because obviously we're getting close to having enough coins for that, so that would be good. Yeah, so there's definitely some positives here. I think it's just the little nitpicks sort of weigh a bit heavier. But I like the idea of being able to collect up the items and slowly build up your armor and weapons and stuff. And I like that this feels like a tangible upgrade, like that it's going to make a pretty big difference. I mean, you can see, like, obviously it's quite a big difference, in fact. We may as well have that. 3 hits on that guy. 2 hits. That, yeah, it would mean 1 hit for us. That's definitely something I think is going to bother me a little. The fact that you take damage on death like that. On their death. Let's go down. Okay, it looks like the third one is the same as above. And we will not be surviving this one. I mean, our health pretty much guarantees that. Oh shit. But we will... Okay, so I was just realizing, is there like anything different about those, or are they just, is it all random? I don't know if maybe there's items behind them. I hadn't really been paying attention to what specifically was where. But yes, we won't really be able to get past any further here. Oh shit, shit. I was going to say, but at least we can clear it out before we die, but that didn't really work. Right. So, just to be certain, there's no menu. I obviously don't want to exit it and then come back in. I don't have my stuff. But I'm pretty sure there's no menu. Just pressing some more keys just in case. Alright, let's give it a go. Alright, here's hoping. Okay, we've got our stuff. Now, that doesn't confirm what happens if you leave mid-dungeon. There's a chance that it saves on death, for example. But either way, that's good. But yeah, we don't have any health potions anymore, so that sucks. I guess, yeah, we'll try this as I said. Okay, so what's this one? Random weapon. Oh, and so was this potion? Oh, okay, potion chest. Increase maximum health points. Oh, okay, so you can increase your max health, that's cool. And can we... No, we can't. Q does not work. Yeah, see, this is probably the biggest standout to me of all of them. Similar to the main menu thing. Like, how is there a released game on Steam where doesn't seem to be a way to exit, like, fundamental menus? Like, these three are like like, it's the whole area outside of the dungeons. Like, that's just, you know, like, how do you... Oh, okay. Okay, I did manage to exit it. I might be able to slightly shut up, although I can't really excuse... Oh! Okay. So there is a way to exit, but I can't in any way say that that's obvious. If you press E right here, nothing happens. But if you are hovering over back and then press E, it exits. So I can take back the whole, you know, release game with no fundamental way to exit the menu, blah, blah, blah. But that's not obvious. Like that's just not obvious to do that. You at least need like some little thing here that says E. I don't know, something like, or you should be able to just press enter like that. That's, you know. So that's good to know. But as I said, you should. It's like with the menu. Your first experience shouldn't be any sort of thinking or difficulty when it comes to navigating menus. Like that's, you know, like it's especially. You can't click, you can't use enter, and yet, you know, the only reason I even just tried E then because of the bad Q, but it wasn't working here, then tapped onto that, and yeah. Alright, so good to know for my personal sake in this case and anyone watching. But that's, again, something, if I was given like the opportunity to do a beta test, that would be one of the first things on the list to change. But anyway, now that we know, let's go with armor. I think we have an okay weapon. I think we can get a small one. Or should we save for that? No, let's see how it goes. Wait, did I just swing the sword or something? I heard the animation for a swing. Okay, what do we get? Golden braces. Alright. That seems like a decent pair. Alright, nice. This is the thing I can say positively. I really like what the armor's doing right now. It looks like it's quite filling out, spiky, bulky, that's cool. I like that. I think it would be good if this was expanded too, like, I don't know how you would tie it into making sense, but if you progressed further downwards and something, it would unlock more up here or something. I think even aesthetically, it would be, like, even just a little campfire here, I feel like would just make a nice aesthetic, you know, something like that. Dead man, I would have so many suggestions, like, which I guess I'm still giving them. It's just, you know, with these games on Steam, oh, I mean, well, not specific Steam, but in general, you never know what the developer's intentions are. You never know if it's one person, 2, 5, 10. You never know if they're planning to just release and leave it, or they release and actually, you know, regularly update it. You never know how much time or effort they've put in certain ways. Like, it's hard to gauge a lot of that unless you're like personally familiar with a lot of that stuff, such as, you know, I don't know if this was made with a particular tool set or anything like that. You know, nothing obvious came up like Unity or anything like that, you know. So, you know, for all I know, a lot of this stuff is going to be fixed in a month, and, you know, that would be nice. Because it is pretty, like, although I feel like I've mentioned quite a few things, they're all easy fixes, like, in terms of, like, I mean, if I've probably touched on a couple of core things that I can't think of everything I just said right now, but the things like the menu and just, well, a lot of menu stuff actually, but things like that, they're very easy fixes. But even things like the top area where I said about expanding, you know, I think it would be minor stuff. Like, I think making that area a bit larger would be good. It just feels like if that's the place you are between the dungeons and that's where you spawn, I think it would be worth making a little bit more out of it. Because I think in that case it is something where a little would go a long way. And I know that this is just a throw in a random suggestion type thing. Although it works perfectly fine how the movement is, I think it would be good if you held a direction it was a little smoother, like it sort of kept going rather than having that full stop. So it doesn't actually matter that much. I think it would just feel better, frankly. Also wondering about these, like, I don't know why it's like the little tree thing, like, because it doesn't seem like we can go back up. Which that would also be a good thing, like, I don't know how much reason there would be. Well, I guess actually yes, if you get enough coins and stuff, but yes, exactly that. To be able to go the potions or whatever, like, I think it would be good to go back up. Just, it would add more to that starting area too, being like a place you can actually go back to, as opposed to just being, you know, where you land every time you die. It'd feel a bit more like an actual base, which, you know, it's just, you know, lesser when you can't go back up there. It would also be cool to have your own place up there, maybe. Like, have a little building you can go in and view your armor and weapon sets or something, like, because the inventory's not huge, so I don't really know how that's gonna play out, sort of thing. But having an area where you could sort of put your armor sets and stuff, that would be pretty cool. Because again, I think these are things you could do with relatively minimal effort. Like, it's not nothing, obviously, but having, you know, just an inner area like this that you go into from a building up there that's your own, and have little, like, things that look like this guy that are armor stands, you could have them on, like, I said, I think a little could go a long way with that. And I feel like if all this stuff was done, it was polished up a bit more and stuff, if there was a way to port it to Android, I think this would do really well. Like, it seems like a good, simple gameplay loop that would work really well on, especially on a tablet. Like, with this being a smaller, like, I could imagine this fitting full screen really nice on a tablet. So yeah, definitely. Oh shit! I was not paying attention to my health. Well, I guess it's not bad though. It's good to get potions. Can't afford anything yet. Alright, I would like to at least be able to get down to, you know, I've been clearing these out more and then killing, but I really, if I've got to kill them anyway, I may as well be a bit more systematic about it, yeah? Oh, that's in, oh no, I was thinking that wasn't actually doing damage then, but no, so that's not a health, that's not a defense rating, that actually is additional armor then. Yeah, so I guess every time you die you gain more, or I'm not sure, because I'm pretty sure we started with 0, then we had 5, then 10, right? Like, I haven't been paying perfect attention to it, but pretty sure that's what it was. So that's interesting. I was gonna say then you could potentially like scum it and let yourself die to gain a bunch of that if you died over and over, but you can't actually really do that, can you? You can't just get attacked sort of thing, you have to be actually attacking. But you can see it is actually definitely making a difference playing it repeatedly. Like the fact that I'm going to exit this possibly with, yeah, full health into this bottom one, so that's cool. Just to go back onto the suggestions, somewhat constructive criticism-esque thing, I do think these first dungeons could use a little work, because although they don't need to be larger necessarily, it does feel like, considering it's like the first 3 at least, it is a little repetitive just doing it like this, you know, because it's not really random if you have to do the same thing, you know? Like the enemy placement may technically be different, the exit to the next floor may technically be a different spot, but you literally do the same stuff. Like there's, even in terms of order, it doesn't change that you have to break all of these. I mean, you could technically not break them all if you happen to find all of them, but for the most part, you know, to make sure. Well, I mean, there's chests too, so oh yeah, I guess there's an example. I've cleared everything with a few left, but with the potential for chests, you're not going to leave a few tiles. Oh, that was, oh, okay. I guess my mistake partially on, well, so I guess if you can find that while they're still in there, alright. I misunderstood that slightly. So I guess that does have some impact, although I still think what I said to a degree applies here. I don't know, I have to think on that a little more. Because that seemed odd that it unlocked and then locked again when that guy popped up. So I guess you can technically get lucky and find it without, yeah. Oh shit, wasn't paying attention to health again. And okay, so we have 10 again. Also, although to be fair, it doesn't feel like much of a loss because I'm gaining potions, which will help get down further. Should we get another? No, let's wait for a medium piece. Actually, we'll get 500. Yeah, so I guess you don't actually have to clear everything. If you can find the thing, then I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I assume that's how it works then. Because I wasn't expecting that. It hadn't worked out that way either time. So I guess that does add a little more to it. It does lessen what I said a bit, but I feel like not that much though, because it still feels like you got to be pretty systematic about it one way or another. And with chests and that, you're going to want to mostly clear them, I feel like. Especially like potions have value, and there's not a lot of consequence to death, other than if you really want to proceed further, which, I mean, I guess that you do want to do that, but you know, you can build up from death for sure. And yeah, seeing that I just got like a weapon and armor piece from these, like, that further motivates that I probably wouldn't actually want to not clear these, especially on the lower levels too, where you get a decent weapon and then, I mean, I assume this is a medium, like, I don't know how good this is, but you know, when you can kill the stuff here on a couple of hits, then, you know, I don't know. I gotta be careful not to critique certain things too quickly, because like that, when I assumed how something worked, but then it was actually slightly different. So it is important to know that. Oh, okay. I guess it's broken. Interesting. Not sure what the point of that would be, because I mean, there's no like vendor to sell to or anything. I guess I'll hold on to it, but I probably will delete it. I don't know. Begin. Liking the armor. I think we may be okay getting down to the 4th level this time. Alright, so I guess this will be a good test. So if we kill both of these, can we go down? Yeah, okay, so yeah. That definitely does impact that. I just think that these, like, being that they're like all the same and you clear everything, like the fact that there's no, I don't know why it throws me off that it feels like it's just very standard that there would be some things you can't mine, like you'd have certain things you can't get around. I don't know. Maybe that's me picking at something that isn't worth picking at. Yeah, let's use one of them, and I guess we'll head down. You know, for the sake of... Because I'd like to actually see when it changes to a different tile set. And see if there are more obstacles and things like that. Because I didn't see much on the screenshots other than like a sandy area and that. I'm saying sandy, I guess that's probably not quite the... Well, maybe. Oh shit. Okay, damn it. Was not paying as much attention as I should have been. Alright, well, we have more armor and stuff this time. Oh, so maybe the armor... Oh, so you start with his base off these, and they drop down. Okay, that's an interesting way to do it. So I don't know if these... okay. So I guess armor doesn't actually, you know, reduce the damage you take. It just gives you, like, sort of bonus health, basically, at the end of, at the start of each round. Okay, this time we'll hopefully get down. I won't be clear, yeah, I think in general the way you would go is clear all of these to make sure you don't miss chests and stuff. But I do want to get down to the bottom so we can, well, I'm just assuming maybe by 4 it'll change to something else, although who knows. I just, I want to see as much of the game I can, you know, just sort of put any criticisms that I've made into perspective, be them, you know, correct or found out to be incorrect. Yeah, those were some words. Okay, there's not many mobs this one, unless I'm just missing them all. Yeah, really not many in this one. Hello? Yes, one there. Damn it. Alright, that's the... I guess there's sort of no way to avoid damage in that way. I think that's really the biggest problem with the fact that you get hit after the death. It's like, even if you upgrade to the point where you clear, like the first stages, you sort of have to take damage, which that does seem like a big flaw because it puts you in a position where no matter how good your gear is, including your armor, you are just going to be guaranteed to lose a certain amount of health in the starting areas, which I don't think that's a good way to go about it. They're just sort of, I don't know, it just seems unnecessary, I suppose, to be simple but about it. I think that's just what it is, though. Hopefully we can find the way without too many fights, though. So I do want to get down there with some health. Okay. So I guess, yeah, if you look for the hatch and then clear off any visible, it might be the way to go. So it can be anywhere, so you know, there we go. Can avoid a few. But yeah, certainly, even with this better sword, it's like there's still a lot of damage to be taken. I don't know how far we'll actually get down. Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing, like, in terms of gameplay criticism right now, like, in terms of what's here. It's definitely the fact that you get hit afterwards. I think that definitely can be a problem. You know, I wasn't paying attention to the fact that these actually give coins directly, like, because that makes sense, and that's also a big motivator to be clearing them out. Let's get this guy. We got kind of lucky on that one. Alright, let's head down. Although, yeah, my health's not doing too well. Okay, so we're up to 4. Let's see if 5's any different. Oh, okay, too. So you get more coins for mining as you go down. Okay, that's interesting. So, yeah, like, there's some little things like that that I think are good. I like the way it's sort of set up in that. Oh, shit. You're a bit, yeah, I probably should drink this up. There we go. Hopefully we can get one more down, but I'm not too sure on that, because just killing them is going to be... It's going to take most of my health, actually. Okay, that's not good. I really just want to see if... Because okay, we're not doing too well here. Let's check over here, maybe. I don't think we'll be able to clear through them, though. Oh, damn. That's another one. Well, we can get some gold, though. That's good. So we'll be able to get a medium armor piece. That's something. Oof, yeah, we're not surviving them, unfortunately. I guess we'll just clear out what we can. I think that's probably the best way to go. Because you do stack up your coins once you get down here, that's for sure. Well, there's that. Yeah, I just can't defeat all of them. There's no way to actually do it, so... Ooh, another helm. Although I think this one may be better. Yeah. Oh, and also, I'm guessing that... Right, yeah, I misunderstood that broken sword. I thought it was saying, like, the damage is -4. But no, that's compared to our actual equipment. So I guess that would be better than the default. But not great overall. Alright, let's get this last brick. Oh, nice, got a potion. And I guess we'll just kill a few of these. Yeah, there's really no way around it. So, yeah, that's too bad. But we can buy something, so that's something. Yeah, armor. Just go medium chest. I don't know what's gonna get us. I'm not sure what that was. Is it gloves? Yeah, okay, here's braces. Okay, they're quite a bit better then. So yeah, green must be the tier up from gold. I guess gold's the low tier? I don't know. The helmet looks cool though. I think that's the biggest positive for me so far. I really do like the armor sets and going on here. Is that... Oh, there's a green sword, is that too? So I don't know if that's... Well, I guess it's just green. I was thinking emerald or something, but I guess it doesn't need to be explained. Can we get anything else? No. I don't think it's worth us trying to buy weapon either. Alright, let's oops. Let's head back down. Probably, I think this will be the last one. This is the last life. I think it would be good somewhere if it indicated how many lives you've lost too. Just for, like, pure reference sake. Because there's not really, I guess probably a stats thing would actually be good. You know, like something that shows total enemies killed, total blocks mined, total deaths, you know, all that stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I think, overall, I'd say like, despite some of the things I said, my impressions of this is good. It's just that I really believe it needed more work. It needed some people to just put some time into playing and give feedback, which, to be fair, that's not always that simple to do. Like, it's not, you know, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but at least early access sort of gives you a more open way to do that. And I think that if this was early access, it would give a better impression too, because so much of what I've said comes, well, yeah, I would say a good portion of it, at least, if not the majority, does come down to me looking at it through the lens of it is a fully released game. Whereas, if it was early access, I would probably still, well, I would have still said all the same things, but it would be with that understanding and with the sort of innate assumption that it's going to improve and the developer wants to improve it and all that stuff. Whereas being fully released, I don't know as much what to make of that. Like, I can't honestly recall, and I'm sure there are, but I cannot recall any other game I have ever played where the main menu strictly used AWSD and you couldn't use arrow clicks or the arrow keys. Like, that's just really strange to me. And how you exit those menus using E, but only when you're on the back and it doesn't indicate anywhere, like, it's just, I can't name another game that does it in that way. And that's not to say it's wrong to do it that way. Like in that case, it's just that you have to indicate it. Like, it should say back and then in brackets E, you know, something like that. Like, maybe specifically when you hover onto back, it changes from just saying back to having in brackets E next to it. You know, because that way it's contextual for when you're hovered onto it as it is set up. You know, so it's not even that you need to change how it is. It's just that you give that tiny bit more function and context to the menu, and then it works, you know. Even if it's your own way of setting up, it's not common, people can immediately see clearly once they're on it, and they'll adapt to it, and just, you know, it's fine. But without that bit of context, you know, it's just, I don't think there's any way you naturally assume it's going to work like that, you know. So, you know, it's a bit mixed. I think it's just, yeah, it's definitely a mixed one, because I think that, I said my impressions are good, but like, I think my overall impressions would be a lot better if this was an early access. I don't think this is what you would call ready for release, but I do think the core idea here is interesting. I do think it speaks more to a mobile game than anything. I know that I mentioned that already, but it really does feel like something that would work really well on a tablet. And I mean, I don't really play mobile games, but it's definitely one I could see working really well on that. Because it is a... Oh, shit. I was going to use a potion, but... Oh, did we get something else? Oh, boots. Okay. Clip them. Do we want to buy something? Oh, we're very close to getting a medium thing. Potion chest. Yeah, let's get at least 500, and that way we can finish off getting at least one more item. That would be good. I think what I'm going to do is, with this, I'm going to probably leave it a little while and then come back to it again. I mentioned I bought like a bunch of Steam new releases. My intention was with them to basically do like 30 to 60 minute first impression type videos, and then any that are interesting I'll continue playing through to the end, you know, within reason. But yeah, with this, I think it's, I mean, most getting ahead of myself, most of them I intend to do one video on. It's more, if it happens to be to my liking more than I expect, then I'll continue with it. They all looked interesting, but not sort of none I expected myself to be just crazy hooked into or anything sort of thing. But with this, I think what would be good is to, you know, give it a couple weeks and then revisit it, see if any changes do get made, because I think that, you know, giving it that sort of couple weeks would be a good indicator as to whether or not, you know, what the developer's attitude is towards it, sort of thing. Okay, it looks like we're getting down in the dungeon quickly this one. I guess we'll see how far we can get while we're at it, because why not? But yeah, I think giving it like a couple weeks to see how things play out, if there's any updates in that it would be good to see. So we're getting some new armor, but not better, so that must be... Is that the lowest tier then? Yeah, okay, so it must be old helmet, then gold, then green. I guess there could be another one, but I guess we got quite ahead on the tier 2 before we got any of the other stuff. Yeah, we may as well have these. We'll see if we can get any further. Why not? Worst case is we die quickly and we can get the chest. But yeah, I think it will be good to see if there's been updates. Well, I'm not sure. I suppose... And if I'll give it a couple weeks, and if there's been updates, I'll play some more. And then if there's been nothing, I'll give it a couple more weeks, and then might come back to it to do like a smaller update, play it again, and sort of, you know, I won't guarantee that I'll play it again. It might, if there's updates, I will for sure. If there's no updates though, that's when I'll leave it as is. I don't know. I feel like I want to do a follow-up because of what I've mentioned and stuff, but if there's been no updates, there wouldn't really be much to say. Other than I could just give it another shot, you know, why not, see, get further type of thing. So I may do that either way. Just that I won't guarantee playing again unless there is updates. Not that I've seen all there is to see. Okay, yeah, so we're at Dungeon 6 and yeah, still no change in scenery. But we are getting some nice coins now. But yeah, hopefully there are updates though, because I think it has potential and it would be good to see it go further. Hopefully, you know, videos like this, if there's any chance they can be seen, hopefully they can act as feedback, because it all is in the sense of wanting it to be something better, something, you know, reaching its full potential type of thing. I don't know if, I can check quickly. I don't know if this is the first game released by this person. which, no, it's not. Looks like they've released 2 other games, actually. Trying to look while not... Oh, shit. Yeah, it looks like I need a bit of an upgrade to get further there. Yeah, it looks like they released 2 other games. One in February of 2020 and one in September of 2020. So, yeah, it doesn't really mean anything, just I was curious there. What have we got? 800, so let's go with an armor piece. Yeah, do we want to go... Wait, this is armor, right? Yeah, it is. I'm tempted to go weapon, but I feel like we have a pretty decent weapon is all. Yeah, no, I guess, well, screw it. Let's go with that. I'm curious. Okay, we got some sort of axe. So damage 5. Ooh, damage 10. Very nice. Very nice. That's, yeah, doubling the damage. That's huge. Yeah, so again, to end on a more positive note, I really do. I like what I'm seeing of the upgrade system so far. It feels like the way it is, it's somewhat quick to progress, but it gives you really tangible upgrades. Like, jumping to that was already big from the default, and now to go double, like, that's going to make a huge difference. So I quite like the basic setup I'm seeing here. I like how the armor looks and how that's going. On a suggestion note, again, I think to come back up here, it would be good to have a stash. Like I mentioned about having like own little house thing, but honestly, just like a classic Diablo stash chest thing would be great, if nothing else. Because you know, especially like, I know it's only a little Steam description thing, but it mentions collect armor sets, but well, I'm not really going to be able to collect them because of a few more items, and suddenly I'm going to have to start throwing stuff out. Especially that adds up when you equip things from here, like it doesn't separately go onto your character type of thing. So yeah, I think there's so many little things I would suggest. It really feels like a game that's, you know, it's like 70% finished or something. Like it's got a lot of its core there, but it needs a lot of the little things that come after, you know, to really round it out and fill out the experience and make it smooth and all that stuff. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I've said all I've needed to say, because I think I'd just be repeating myself if I said anything else. But yeah, no, long story short is, yeah, my impressions of this are positive, but it really does need work. I don't think some of the things are acceptable for a full release. Other things just come down to, I think it just needed a bit more function and content added in. It seems like the focus is really on the gameplay in terms of the core. I guess that's the best way I put it, because I think things like having a stash chest or just some way, like that's, to me, just feels like an obvious thing you would have in a game that's set up like this. Like, yes, these armors are technically gonna be useless, but to me, being able to collect the different sets is just a cool little extra thing that I think people would enjoy. I certainly would like that kind of thing. Like, it's like another side of the progression, even though it doesn't really matter. It's just, you know. But yeah, I said, I'll be repeating myself if I said anything more, so I would just say, if you did manage to get through this and my rambling, I thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know, I had fun, despite my complaining. It's not one you could play for hours. It's definitely a bit repetitive for me. But I could definitely see myself revisiting it. But we'll see what happens, you know. Hopefully there's some updates, you know. I'd love to, you know, be able to come back in a couple of weeks or a month and most of what I said has just been washed away, you know. Because I think then, even if there's not like a ton more content, I still think you would have a solid product for the price. Because that is a big one. Like, in terms of the content, the price is a big one. The fact that it's only, you know, like, I assume in the US it's $3 or $4, probably $4, I'm assuming. You know, so, and I said I paid $3.57 Australian, so, you know, it's like price of an energy drink. So, certainly can't complain on that front, but nonetheless, yeah, it just would be good to see them do some more with it. Yeah, alright, I think I'm already rambling, so again, thank you very much for watching, I appreciate it, I hope you enjoyed. Check it out on Steam if you're interested, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.